I mention one thing in this video. There's a lot of fucked up people in this world. In New Mexico, there was a heavyset kid that kicked down the stall, smacked me in the face on the toilet as I'm pooping, screamed at me that I had a small little penis, went into the back into the shower, and then screamed into the shower, fuck me, stick that dick in my ass over here. I had no clue what the fuck he was talking about. I found out months later from other kids and him himself that he was a bisexual fucktard, I guess. I don't know. At that time, I had Christina Stiers, so whatever was going on with him, I really didn't want. But this kid was crazy. That was not fun. I even told staff about his behavior, and staff did little to nothing but had a talk with him. Because he was one of the older kids. They didn't want to do very much. God damn it, sometimes. They did end up choking him out for a separate issue when he swore at a staff. Oh, don't swear at a staff, but trying to smack around the younger, 3, 4 years younger kids. Oh my God, that's terrible. But it's okay. Also, seeing people have sex in public in multiple different towns like Boston, Lowell, Rochester. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. Seeing people jack off as you walk by in Lowell and Haverhill. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. People asking for a Gatorade bottle to jack off. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. People sitting on the sidewalk with needles hanging out of their arms. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. Now, as far as tents in the woods, the police need to leave those people alone so they're not in sight. And they need to give these hardworking people or disabled people that are willing to work hard and do the right thing some type of housing, or at least leave them alone. But instead, they move these people to be passed out on the side of the road. So as far as sleeping in public, you only can walk for so many days before you'll drop. And the police don't have anywhere, and the shelters will deny you for just being disabled in my case. So I don't think that that's bad, but having a needle, doing drugs in public, disgusting. Having sex in public, asking for weird things, needing sick help and not getting it, instead asking random strangers for sex. I saw a lot of just random of this in Boston, Lowell, Haverhill, Lawrence. There's freaks everywhere. Murderers. I'm talking about people from Puerto Rico that are looking at charges in Puerto Rico, like serious charges. And the police are pretty much framing them up to put them in jail just because they have charges. It's pretty bad out there. Raymond Christian III is pretty bad, but he got better with a little bit of assistance to his state. His problem is weirdness at a top level. But by far, some of the worst people would have to be my mother, a couple kids in programs like in New Mexico, Haverhill, none in Lawrence. Actually, the program I was at in Lawrence, Highfields, all pretty normal people that worked and had normal dreams. On the streets, absolutely a lot of mentally ill people, but and then again, they've had severe head injuries, frozen to death. Their fingers are swollen like balloons. Their feet are getting amputated. Half of them are using drugs on a regular basis, so their mind is fried. These people aren't well. Um, yeah, that would be the list of some of the worst people I've ever met in my life. Are people from the streets, people in Haverhill, people in New Mexico, my mother, and some nurses and doctors in hospitals are the sickest, horriblest things I've ever had to watch. The most evil, sick things I've ever had to see are either in hospitals in New Mexico, coming from my mother, coming from weirdos on the street. And sometimes I give care, like a nurse would give care to a weirdo, in a stretcher. Sometimes I would be on the streets and there might be an addict or a family member of a hooker that would come looking for them. Like, give you an example. Um, what's his name? Georgie Newell. That's Newell. Georgie, little short guy who's homeless in Lowell. He was severely injured and needed plates or metal rods, things like that, off a kid named Kenny McGoplin. And believe it or not, his girlfriend, Gabby, went to high school with me, went to a after school program with me, didn't go to high school with me, sorry. She went to middle school with me. She went to high school at a place where I did an after school program after I graduated high school. Before middle school, we saw each other in a program called North Star. And it just happens we never, ever, ever saw each other in the city of Lowell, but we both ended up homeless in Lowell. So she's dating this random guy, Kenny McGoplin, who happens to beat up a guy named Georgie Newell, and his brother owns a business and is driving around in a truck and going through the woods with baseball bats, and he pulls over the side of the road and thanks me. So there's all this craziness going on like this, and it's just completely nuts. You got Kenny Bovier having sex on the side of the road. You got one guy. You got a pregnant girl running around through winter, following me like a puppy dog. You got another pregnant girl who knows me because Kool-Aid was used to be my pot dealer, got her pregnant. You got another person who happens to be the liquor store owner who has me shovel, who has a son or something that knows me. You got a Smoke Valley store in La Vecina Meat Market who give me work. I mean, and they ask me to chase people down who steal and try to get them back, or just let them know what town they live in, or they'll drive over later and they'll handle it. But can you tell us where he went, or where he resides? And that was like a one-time thing, though. Most of the time, La Vecina just wanted to steal Smoke Valley's customers. That's about it. Because they were across from each other. La Vecina is a meat market and vegetable market and sells fish and just about everything under the sun from Puerto Rico. And they are across from a smoke shop slash convenience store called Smoke Valley. And Smoke Valley is right next to a Puerto Rican, or sorry, not no, sorry, Dominican bakery, and the Dominican bakery is right next to uh, a burger place, a American Burger King. So yeah, and I'm not. I believe it or not, Smoke Valley that has me working there. I have a no trespass on the plaza, and that is why Smoke Valley kind of hired me because they had me opening up boxes in the back, stocking Gatorades one day. Asked me if I wanted to go on break. I said yes. They sold me a bunch of stuff. They rang it up, gave me a receipt. I went outside, and then the police searched me. They originally said I was trespassing. Then they found the box cutter for work on me, the receipt in my pocket. They had the Arizona iced tea right there, the bag of chips. They had the rolling papers and the receipt for all three. Right all there, everything. And the knife is sold in Smoke Valley. The knife is right there. It's a small little, like 1 inch knife. Actually, sorry, yeah, 1.5 inches is probably the exact size of this knife. It's not even big enough to hold. It's just a cut fucking tape. That tape is a nuisance. And they're joking like, oh yeah, look at this badass little puny. It's not even like a big, hey, this is a knife. No, it's something that slices open tape, and they know this. They clearly know this from the receipt in the bag of chips and everything. And Ma out there concerned for me and being nice. And I think it was about the K2. I think it was about the K2. And I think my buddy was actually a snitch over there. And they were wanted to know if I was really gonna get part of the stuff around the corner of the building. What I didn't actually know much about at the time, I just wanted to eat, and the people who owned the place seemed nice enough. But apparently, there was other stuff going on with the police, stuff down the street, and the stuff on the side of the building. And the owner eventually filled me in, but I didn't know about the heroin and coke trade going on that literally on the side of the building. I didn't know anything about that at the time. What I knew about was the K2 and weed trade, and that you could get 4 blunts for 99 cents. I'm not joking. Smoke Valley had 4 cigars. That would be rock and roll cigars in many different flavors for 99 cents. That's 4 cigars again for 99 cents in 2013. That's a pretty good year, huh? I think that a couple places all the way to 2015 sold those rock and roll 4 packs for 99 cents. Anyways, so yeah, I could get you 4 cigars for $1, and I could get you 4 grams of K2 or 10 grams of K2. 4 grams of K2 for $10, or 10 grams of K2 for $10. And I could get you any type you want from a box that the owner, orders. The owner of the store orders it and makes a big display. Now, in the beginning, when it was legal, I could display it to anybody.